Let's review our Sunday school lesson for today. We're again in our summer quarter for the months of June, July, and August, and our lessons are entitled The Righteous Reign of God. And we're looking at the sovereign rule and reign of God through the prophets, in which we will see the type of rule that God has over the earth. And we'll also see the Messiah King that was promised. We're in unit number 1 for the month of June, and it will extend into the first week of July. And it's entitled The Prophets Proclaim God's Power. And we're looking at, from the prophet's perspective, how God reigns over the earth, including his powerful and peaceful reign as servant king. Our lesson for today is lesson number 3 for June 18th, entitled All for One and One for All. Our printed passage is Ezekiel 37, verse number 21 through verse number 28. As we think about our lesson for today, Ezekiel is a unique prophet. Ezekiel is one of the ones that was part of that group that went through and witnessed the judgment of God. He was a part of that group that saw the enemy come in and carry God's people away into captivity. And Ezekiel was one of those ones who was carried away into captivity. And his prophecy, his book comes on the heels of him being in captivity, which he set up his house along with his wife as his ministry headquarters. And from there, he faithfully gave to God's people the word of God, even in dark times. And in our lesson today, Ezekiel comes with a great message, a message that we all need to hear today. And that message is a message of unity. It's a message of salvation. Ezekiel comes today in our text and says that even in a dark time, as well as a difficult time, that God is going to save his people from their captivity. And then God is going to return them to their own land. What was robbed from them, what was taken from them, God is going to restore it. And not only that, God said there's going to be one kingdom. No more Israel and its 10 tribes and Judah and its two tribes. No longer. God says, I'm going to unite them together with one kingdom under one king. And what was divided and what had seen division and what may have been divisive no longer will be. I will unite them together. And I like what our text today says, that reign of that king is going to be forever. And for us New Testament readers and Christians, we see that even thousands of years before Jesus was already pointing to Jesus. It was pointing to him that he would be that king, verse number 29, that would rule forever. Israel, no more will it be idols that cause them to be led away into captivity. No longer will it be doing those things which are detestable unto God. It will be no more transgressions, but now they will simply live and follow the commands of God. And this is what the king said, verse number 23. If you will be my people, I'll be your God. That's a covenant. That is an agreement that we get from God that we do not deserve. That's him showing us grace and showing us favor. I can't help but to think about another king in this position who did the same thing, King David. When he asked, is there anybody else left of the house of Saul that I can bless for Jonathan's sake? And they said, there's one, but he's lame in both feet. He's down in Lodabar. His name is Mephibosheth. And here was King David that said, you know what? I'm going to give grace unto him. I'm going to restore him. I'm going to bless him. I'm going to give to him. I am going to make sure that he is no longer a servant, but a son, and that he has everything that he needs. As we conclude today, that's the image of God and what he can do for us as king. He did this for Israel. He gave them peace. He gave them a place. He multiplied them. He allowed the sanctuary to be himself as he dwelled among his people, in which he would dwell with them as well as sanctify them. That's what God is able to do. And he did it for Israel, which was an image for us as the church today. He can give us peace. He can give us a place. He can bless us. He can multiply us. Why? Because he's king. And he has the power to do that. David had the power to bless Mephibosheth, and he did. And if he's able to do that, then I want you to know God is more than able, as we his children. No matter what our needs are, no matter what our situations are, he is more than able to turn around and to bless us.